I'm going to get straight to the point. The Padres will not make the playoffs unless they have a good trade deadline. I mean, let's look at what happened last year. We were 53-40 entering the All-Star break, and we ended up having one of the worst collapse ever because we didn't get any starting pitching, which was what we needed. This year, we need outfield bats, and I think this is Preller's last chance to prove himself because if we have another losing streak, we're going to be out of the playoff picture altogether. We're 52-42 and 2 games into the second wildcard spot, and I'm telling you, if we have another slump, we're going to be out of that spot altogether. So let's talk about some acquisitions and targets that we should look for, mostly outfielders. The first is Brian Reynolds, a 27-year-old switch hitter from the Pirates. He's hitting .261 with an 808 OPS and a 127 OPS plus. So he's 27% above average. I like Reynolds a lot because of his hitting, but also his defense and speed is very good. Now let's talk about Ian Happ from the Cubs. He's a 27-year-old outfielder who can also play second and third, who's hitting .274 with an 808 OPS and a 126 OPS plus. Happ's a very good bat and a very good target to get along with his teammate right now who could also go to the Padres, Wilson Contreras. Contreras is a catcher, very good offense. He's only 30 years old, so he's 2 years younger than Nola. He's hitting .253 with an 821 OPS and a 130 OPS plus. I mean, let's revisit that Nola trade. I mean, we gave away Ty France and other prospects for a guy who's got an OPS under 630. I mean, that really turned out to really hurt us, and we're going to need more production out of the catcher spot. So Contreras would be a great fit along with Alfaro there behind the plate. Now let's talk about Josh Bell, a first baseman, because having Hosmer hit 6 home runs before the All-Star break is just not going to cut it. We need more production and more home runs from guys in power spots like first base. I mean, if grounding out to second base would win you a World Series, I'd give him a $900 million contract, but it doesn't. It just gets you out. I mean, Bell's hitting .311 with a 895 OPS and a 159 OPS plus. He's also only 29 and he's a good switch hitting bat. I mean, compare that to Hosmer, who's 32, who's hitting .270 with like a 710 OPS and 6 homers or something like that. I mean, monumentally better. And now let's go to the guy that we're all thinking about, Juan Soto. I mean, there's not much to say about Soto. He's only 23. He's having a down year, quote unquote, but he's still got a 160 OPS plus. So he's 60% above average on a down year. His eye is unbelievable. He has 79 walks to lead the league. And I think this is important for us to get him because it's like a good 3-year time slot because I don't think we're going to be able to re-sign him. I mean, we're already paying Machado and Tatis all this money. He's probably going to want a mega contract somewhere else. But if we can trade for him and have like 3 years with a good time slot to win the World Series, let's just go for it. I mean, we'd have to give up pretty much everybody in the farm. We'd probably have to give up Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, Robert Hassel, Jackson Merrill, and just Campuzano, but a lot of maybe even cash. But I think it's going to be worth it because that's a generational talent, and I don't want to miss up on that opportunity, along with the fact that if we don't get him, we run the risk of the Dodgers getting him, and then it's really over for us. So I think because we have like this 3-year time slot before he's a free agent, I think he's in the free agent in 2025 because of that extra arbitration year the Nationals used on him with that service time manipulation by keeping him down in the minors or whatever. But anyways, I think it's going to be important because we are getting pretty much no production out of our outfielders. I mean, look at our right fielder right now, Jose Azocar. I mean, he's back down in the minor leagues right now, and he's pretty much a minor league player. He's got like an OPS under 600. So in Grisham, center fielder, I mean, he's hitting under 200 the whole year. So these outfield bats and just bats in general are going to be huge for us because if we don't make any acquisitions, it's going to be a very rough second half of the season, and we probably would miss the playoffs, and you heard it here first. So I think we should go all in on Soto. I think we should look at those other guys I was talking about, like Reynolds, Happ, and Contreras for behind the plate, because we just need more backup and more offense because we're only averaging around 2 runs a game at this point, and that's really hurting us. So it's going to be interesting to see if AJ Preller can finally pull something off and we can finally make a push for the World Series and just focus on even getting into the playoffs at this point because we've been slumping pretty much the last month, and that's not going to cut it at some point when you got other teams playing well and right on our backs for the wild card spot. So hopefully we can get some good bats at the deadline, maybe add a couple bullpen arms, and we'll see how it goes. So go Padres.